So that we would check on that mimeographic form to see what it was correct, or certain judges put in or not put in, or whatever that voter intended. If it still seemed to be a problem where my partner and I didn't agree with the way it came across, we would go to our supervisor who's generally. We would go to one of them and ask them, would you please check the machine or check your records to see if you and we had a number of times that we had to go back in and we said, yeah, this is the vote that was put in. And it was sometimes great, sometimes not. Thank you, but we couldn't change it.
Mrs. Berkman, I have a question for you, and it's been alleged, and I don't know if I know that you have had something to do with the machine certification and all that. It's been alleged that there were certain machines that were swapped out on the day of the election that were actually not certified. Can you confirm that or dispute that?
I cannot say that. I don't know.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Giuliani, do you have any more questions?
Just a few, because I'm struck by the fact that we're kind of ending where we began.
We still have more
Colonel
witnesses.
Colton, Bill here testified at the very beginning about Dominion. And now Ms. Brickman is telling us pretty much the same things. I didn't realize that you know quite a bit about Dominion.
I'm learning very quickly.
And is it correct that it has an association with Smartmatic? And Smartmatic is a Venezuelan company that was started by Chavez in 2003, 2004 for the purpose of fixing elections. And then Smartmatic worked with a company called Sequoia, trying to simplify it. And Sequoia did an election in Chicago that was, even by Chicago standards, so bad that they fired Smartmatic. And that's how bad it was. Chicago fired. And then there was a congressional hearing. It's in the record of the congressional record, which I read in the letter. All you have to do is read the letter and it tells you the company has Venezuelan origin and was invented for the purpose of fixing elections.
Yeah,
Because we couldn't use the name
all the good stuff.
It's a Monday. That's about how that goes.
which had all the Smartmatic
All the good stuff. What is up? Welcome back to Unspecified Podcast and Review. Welcome back. What's up? Good to see you guys.
Good evening. Hope y'all had a great Monday.
And they started.
We got a load of stuff to get into, man. Arizona's calling it. Wisconsin's calling it. Okay, we got all kinds of articles that we need to get into.
Meanwhile, Georgia
Dominion server crashes during Georgia recount.
in Fulton County,
The frickin' monolith disappeared from Utah, reappears in Europe. I don't know, man. We got a lot of stuff to get into. We got federal employees. I don't know, take it or leave it, whatever you want. Look, all I can do is show you what I've come across, send it your way, and you can make of it what you will. Federal employees talking about a potential coup. Seriously, man, they go through like breaking down, talking about taking over the White House.
Yep.
So like, some stuff maybe we should be paying attention to.
Absolutely.
I wish that I had listened sooner to some folks in the Discord about that plane activity. I just tapped into the plane activity, guys. Man, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. Probably having trouble hearing me over the dadgum stuff. Let me see, where we at?
Thank you.
Representative Townsend.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Linda. I have a couple quick questions for you. First one is, do you think what we're doing here today is useful or a waste of time?
Mr. Chairman, legislators.
All right, now we're good. I'm set. All right.
Something that we needed.
All right, we got a lot of stuff to get into.
We need to go ahead and
I get distracted sometimes, so I've been watching this. All right, and what are these exactly? These are like witness accounts. All right.
Yes.
I just wanted to get the right terminology so that
Right.
I'm not sitting here spinning my wheels. Smiles, dude. What's up? JC, my brother. What's up? Hippies for Trump. Peace, brother. What is up? Great to see you guys. Go check out Hippies for Trump on YouTube. You already know. Let's see.
Already know.
Yeah, you already know. Let's see. Let me get my multi-stream. Make sure I'm not missing anybody over on the Facebooks.
I discovered graphic art today, and it's kind of life-changing. So I'm just, doodling. Doodle-doodle-oo.
Kim, so good to see you. I'm sorry to hear about your Monday sucks. That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
just comes with the Mondays,
It
man.
does sometimes. It
Yeah,
does.
it really does.
Hopefully it'll get better. Hopefully you can unwind, relax a little this evening. Hang out with
Albert,
some good
what's
company.
up? We got a Canadian flag there. All right.
Yeah. Eh,
So, how was your day?
my day.
Your day, everybody's day. How was your day? How was your Monday?
Not great. I felt just weird all day. But then I realized it's a beaver moon. That darn beaver moon. Gets you every
101st.
time.
Screaming Eagle, what is up? Brofist, good to see ya. That is freaking awesome. Glad to have you, man. It's so flipping easy to see. Obviously, the American people have just seen the biggest middle finger from the powers that be. Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
And we
Thank
can't
you.
thank them of that.
I wish I could throw that chat up on the screen for longer. Hippies for Trump, Brofist, yes indeed. Can you believe this, though?
No. I mean, I just...
So what do we believe anymore?
Right, because
Arizona calls it.
on both sides, anybody that doesn't agree with you, anybody that is not advocating for what you want is a shill, right? Or a plant, right? I mean, we do it. It's so...
Who does what?
We do it. When we see people out on the streets. Now, granted, that's a two-way coin, okay?
Wisconsin calls it.
That's a two-way coin. So it's just as easy to say that, I'm sorry, I got distracted.
I know.
It's just as
It's okay.
easy to say that, somebody is a shill or a plant as it is for them to be legitimate. I mean, it's a 50-50 chance. And really, you should be watching for things like that so that you don't get deceived. But it does make us all cynics.
Kelly says her day was fine.
Wonderful.
Ready for it to be December so we can this year over with already. Yes, indeed. Amber, Brofist, what's up?
I don't know.
New like. Hey now.
Thank
you
you.
so much, Stacy. Good to see you, Stacy. And Lone Ranger, I am sorry to hear about that, man. I will get with you on the Discords. Just bear with me on that. 101st Screaming Eagle, dude. Brofist, glad to have you. Boom. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'll get the chat fixed. I knew I should.
What's going on with it?
Well, it's just that it's always this white on the
Oh, white on white, yeah.
yeah.
I see. So yeah, Wisconsin certified today that Joe Biden as the winner. In fact, the recount only added to the 20,600 vote margin Joe Biden had over Trump. So Wisconsin is calling it. Arizona called it. Joe Biden won by 10,457. But Georgia had that Dominion server that crashed yesterday during the recount. And so they said that they're supposed to be getting it fixed, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know if that's gonna, does that give a shoe-in to claim again tampering or, put another request in for a recount? I don't know.
You know what? Is it me or did I hear that? No, it's me. I don't know nothing. I'm just a, dumb good old boy. Let's see.
Stop with it.
Matt Zoo. Man, Patriot Lady, NFG Vets, Brofist. Golly, it's good to see you guys. Let's see. What was I thinking?
Well, we were talking about
If
the
too
server.
much inconsistencies come out of a state, is it not out of the question to just throw it out?
The whole state? I mean,
Like
no.
the unfortunately.
No, I don't. You can't. That would be like completely unconstitutional.
I don't know. You guys will probably correct me. Ninja, dude, good to see ya. All they're doing is recounting fraudulent. Yeah, man. I don't know why Close shut that down so hard in the Discord alone. There's something there, man. You were definitely on to something. I was looking into it. Charmed, what's up? What's up? Brofist, Patriots. Good to see you guys. So, what's with this Dominion server crashing?
I mean, maybe it's just bad timing. Like, things do happen. Not everything is sinister,
I'm just
right?
cynical enough to believe
I know you are.
that there was a secret wireless button just in case of this situation. They could press the red button and it would make it crash.
Well, maybe.
That's what I think
However, it's possible that it just crashed. But my question is, what's the recourse to that? Is that gonna present?
New like Adeline.
Adeline, what's up, girl?
Sister Fister.
It's a habit now. You know I love that name. I have to say it. I
No
sound like
way.
Abigail. What?
Matt, that can't be true. Read that.
What? Can't
Trump
see.
and Hillary are cousins via King Charles III, descendant by blood. They
Yeah, we
forgot to mention that part to public.
We saw that in that video. Remember
That's
he was
why-
talking about like all of the presidents are related.
That's right, that's
like,
right.
Through marriage and fifth and sixth cousins and
Right.
all this crap.
Aside from that point, they're all buddy-buddy behind closed doors, in my
Oh,
opinion.
yeah, oh,
You know,
yeah.
they're at each other's funerals, weddings.
Right. But
uh,
that's just a sign of respect as well. So I don't know. Where's
Right, for the somebodies, right? Yeah,
Right.
That's what that is. Chuck Schumer is calling for the Senate to begin confirmation hearings. All right, hold up. Pump the brakes. So, Dominion server crashes during Georgia recount. Arizona's calling it. All right, they certify it. They're saying it's certified. All right, they're saying that
Rock Bear Angel.
you know who for the
Said,
win.
Hello all.
Dude,
Hello,
Rock Bear.
Rock Bear.
Brofist. Good to see you, man.
There was another Rock Bear that I saw the other day, but it wasn't Rock Bear Angel. It was Rock Bear something else.
No.
And I thought, did he change his name? And then I was trying to sing this other name, and I'm like, Rock Bear something? And I was like, no, that doesn't work. And then I was like, we're going to have to message him and, like, politely request that he change it back so that we can continue to sing it.
It's
I'm
got to
just
be Rock Bear Angel. You know.
Because enough is happening in 2020. I need stability.
Simone, exactly. That's where, you see, that's where my head is.
What?
There's an implanted algorithm in case of a,
Right.
red alert, man. They found out, burn the server. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah.
Rock Bear
Yeah.
Angel. Said, Rock Bear 777 is my other handle.
That might have been it. Because Rock Bear, like, that's unique. Somebody
Yeah, but
would
you
have
can't
to be,
you can't Rock Bear Angel, Rock Bear 77.
Well, kind of. I mean, yeah, you totally could.
So I see. I even left a 7 out. If they prove widespread fraud, the certified electoral votes, I don't think count if it goes to the Supreme Court. Man, oh man, guys, look. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to leave my opinion reserved because I don't know which way it's going to go at this
Right.
point. I don't think anyone does. I thought I had a pretty good... I
Yeah,
have the
I thought-
confidence. I still think I know. I think you guys know, too, who the rightful winner is.
Rightful, but is that enough?
Yeah, it's enough. It's enough to get
Sometimes
chaos
just
started in the
ain't
streets. Hold on. And this is not unbiased or I'm sorry. This is
just-
not unfounded claims that I'm making for fear-mongering's sake. I stumbled across some videos on BitChute. You guys, they're from federal employees. Y'all are going to have to hear this out. Yeah, they're like 3 minutes long. We're going to listen to them. Did you
Rock Bear Angel. Said, did you get my PMs?
Yeah, I did. I'm sure.
Rock Bear Angel. Said, spooky stuff.
Ooh.
Yes! Yes! No, I haven't gotten them yet, but I will be sure to do that. I'm so excited. That's awesome. I love spooky stuff.
Look, is it enough? It is enough to get chaos started in the streets, okay, unfortunately. Maybe even on a small scale, and that's fine. Okay, hopefully it stays as small as possible.
Right.
But I do think we have cause for concern here. Now, granted, these folks are talking about, I don't remember which part is part 1 and which one is part 2.
Let's talk about what actions and decisions are in your immediate sphere of influence as somebody who works in the government.
I'm a management and programs analyst.
I work in the national security community.
I spent 3.5 years as a contractor at DHS HQ.
If you read the mainstream press, like, they all have Signal accounts. Text them, leak everything you can. The journalists I've dealt with have been super ethical in ways to shield me, to be the source of the
These are federal level employees, okay? These are federal employees, guys.
leaks.
Groups on the outside being able to show solidarity with federal workers.
Making sure that we're naming what is happening as a coup.
Totally agreed. In the shutdown BC conversations that I've been having, that's not on the federal side. We also are often saying, like, call it a coup. It's a coup. Don't let anyone tell you it's not.
President Harry S. Truman.
So they're saying that if Trump wins in any way, it's a coup, and don't let anyone tell you it's not.
Right.
Truman famously said, "I thought I was the president, but when it comes to these bureaucrats, I can't do a damn thing." So the bottom line with this is that we all, as ordinary people and as federal workers, have power. If masses of people engage in non-cooperation, no ruler can stay in power. Bureaucracy is a really powerful pillar. And, you know, federal workers have unparalleled familiarity with the bureaucratic process. They know how to speed things up. They know how to slow them down. They have access to critical information about policies that are being considered and implemented. They can participate in internal decision-making. They can provide or deny knowledge and expertise that those at the top of the bureaucratic totem pole need. It ultimately comes down to individual decisions and personal choice. Deciding what to do or what not to do is a very personal decision. It's based on context, it's based on your rank, on your tolerance for risk, on your preparation, and frankly, where you sit in the federal bureaucracy. We're talking about the range of different tactics. We talk about acts of commission and acts of omission. And another act of commission, albeit highly, risky, and there are a number of great downsides, is leaking. So leaking information about pending or actual policies with journalists, with activists, influential people on the outside. So another act of commission is creating parallel structures or self-organizing units. So organizing in the office place, in the workplace.
As an attorney in the federal government, I am finding the chat suggestions very interesting, and I just do want to remind people
watching
that
the ending of the Arizona State Legislature hearing.
Yeah,
Rudy is about to give his closing speech. BTW.
We'll
Rob
listen.
Their Angel said, "They are preparing to move by laying the groundwork."
All right, guys. So look, okay, we've got this pulled up as well. We're going to listen to this when Rudy goes on. But hold on, let's hop back into these videos. Listen to what this, listen.
Parallel structures or self-organizing units. So organizing in the office place, in the workplace.
As an attorney in the federal government, I am finding the chat suggestions very interesting, and I just do want to remind people that we lose our status as federal employees if we strike.
And there's been a little conversation going on here, for example, about Black Lives Matter and how that is an example of a nonpartisan political statement. I guess that's been previously litigated, but whether or not you do a misdemeanor or an infraction on federal property or on public property really doesn't affect most of the jobs that you would be considered for, just as a sideline note.
Yeah, as an attorney, I think we're highly, that's one of the things we have to be careful about.
She can't be a lawyer if she commits a criminal act, right?
Right.
Right.
Well, and then striking.
So that's why she's like, we got to be careful here, folks. We're covered by the First Amendment. So long, you can't call for violence.
Also, the importance of being in communication with and in touch with groups, civic groups, grassroots groups that are preparing people for the possibility that red lines may be crossed, that that the election goes sideways, so everything from choose democracy to hold the line, to shut down, we count on us. I listed a few of those in the slides earlier, but they're the ones who are really in the vanguard of helping people think about, interpret red lines, and think about different actions that can be taken well beyond kind of street protests and demonstrations, but kind of sustained organizing and action.
What does it look like in practical terms to put, to slow the gears down in some ways or another?
At the Department of Labor, it takes the form of several rounds of the cost-benefit analysis for a new regulation. And when people were cheating on the numbers, a copy of that draft got leaked to the Daily Labor Report, and it got published, and it got sent to a congressperson. And the Office of Inspector General opened an investigation on who was cheating on the numbers. So again, that's sort of a combination of tactics. It's making a really good paper trail. It's making sure that document got out to someone who could make use of it, and then Congress getting the Office of Inspector General involved. It was really a way to stop
Rock
that
Bear
thing
Angel
just
said,
in its tracks.
Forget the election. The shielding from the CDC is the scary issue.
That's right. That's right.
And it worked really well.
All right. I'm going to drop that link if you guys want to go look into this for yourselves. Let me see. Boom. Rock Bear, thanks so much for being over there on Twitch. And what's up, everybody over on Twitch? Brofist to you guys and to the people over on Facebook as well. Thank you so much to everybody for being out here. All right, these are both parts 1 and 2. I'm not going to play both of them. Well, you know what? Screw that. We're going to play both of them. Just because I think it's important. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's awesome. Graphic art is so freaking awesome.
People are still coming in, but I think it's a good time to get started. I really want to hear from Shut It Down DC about this. Do we have any plans for how to respond if there's a coup?
Yeah, we have been in discussion for a couple months about how to respond to different contested election scenarios. First step is that we think that we need to start the post-election phase in the streets. So we're inviting people to come to BLM Plaza anytime after 4 p.m. on election night.
David,
on the 5th, we're going to shut down the White House. On the 6th, we're going to shut down larger parts of Washington, D.C. And then the following week, all the mainstream groups are going to come to D.C. and try to have a march on the 7th. So that's a Saturday, and we'll see how that goes. But then the following week, Congress is planning on coming to town and passing laws again and having business as usual. And
So this is Sunrise Movement leaked Zoom call reveals federal workers conspiring to shut down the White House.
Saying if we're in a coup, there's no time for business as usual. Members of Congress that are coming in, we're going to meet them at the airports or at Union Station and send them back to where they came from until we deal with the situation that we're in. If enough of them get in and we need to go to Capitol Hill that week, we'll do that too.
I heard someone in the chat talking about revolution time. And so I encourage, for all of us to be fighting for revolution before today, tomorrow, afterwards.
We're facing an administration and a potential coup and a potential insurrection where efforts to criminalize this are going to be even greater. Understanding that everything that we're doing now in this moment is laying the groundwork for what is going to come. Is there going to be a war? Are people going to get killed? Is that an...
Why the hell is a federal employee talking like this?
For real. Golly.
What they got up their sleeve?
Oh.
Who is talking about war and preparing who was talking about preparing for blood and sacrifice and stuff?
Oh.
Listen.
Anybody else's mind? I'm guessing it is. We're going to see potential fighting all over the country or in some hot spots, right? We've already seen that. And so how do we work together across the country to help support each other no matter where we are, and to maximize our impact by doing similar things on similar
Sound like you almost wanted to say clandestine just there, but whatever, we'll move past it.
days at similar time. You know, some of the stuff that Shutdown DC is doing, some of the ways we're thinking about this that could be replicated in cities across the country. We've been working on a target map and a framework for scenario. So we began to put together a list of things we want to know about in the city. So where are all the police stations? Because it's good to know where the police are. Where are all the key government buildings? Where are all the media outlets? Who are the Trump boosters? So we're talking about what would it take to surround the White House and have people do stuff. We can divide it up easily with affinity groups. We have to be willing to put our bodies on the line and take on some discomfort, sacrifice, risk in order to change things. And I've been in conversations where people have never thought about having a gun or like, should I have a gun? But I think we have to know, and I'm going to talk a little bit in a few minutes about what do we do when guns are in the mix. So again, chaos is a soup by which change emerges. Let's get cooking. Again, we didn't cause the war. We didn't ask for this war.
Yeah, you did.
Many of us are here because we want to fight it. We want.
No, you very much did ask for
Yeah.
this and cause this.
I don't know if
It's
that means we
your change that you're fighting for. You are implementing it. This is yours. Misguided, folks. Misguided. Let's hear that again.
Cause the war. We didn't ask for this war. Many of us are here because we want to fight it. We want something different. What are we willing to do? Right? Because again, we're not dealing with people with just simple guns. We're dealing with people with AR, AK-47s, multiple rounds, a lot of shootings. So, yeah, we are going to be in a crisis, but we want it to be one that we are creating. We want to make sure that we are on the offense and not the defense. We want them to be responding to us and us not responding to them. In a situation,
I'm
of a
afraid
coup or
that too much of, hey, Joanne, thank you so much. And to everybody else that likes the stream, a Barofist, thank you so much, guys. Too much of the political extremes has been publicized and televised, and I think it furthers the tribalism. And I was trying to talk about with Tiffany right before the show about how I don't even really need to describe the enemy to you. It's so simple. Tribalism is like, it's so easy to manipulate a crowd of people into being tribal just by telling them they're on the red team.
Right.
And associating different beliefs with different teams. And they just, they fall for it hook, line, and sinker. And 6 months down the road, you can have them wanting to kill each other in the street.
And it's sad to think that people in general, and that's not everybody, there are many that have seen and can identify that, but it's so sad to think that people as a whole are that easily misguided.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to share that link with you guys out in the chat right now. And please feel free, if you have any information you'd like to send to us, you can find us on Instagram.
Absolutely. Please give us a share if you like it, if you might.
I'll drop my Instagram link if you've got anything you'd like to DM over our way. All right. I thought I'd share that out with you guys.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, that was creepy, you know.
So, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
No, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Honestly, go ahead.
No, please.
It was just creepy because, like, you hear people talk like that sometimes, like on each side, I guess. But I don't know, just thinking about, like, government workers talking like that. I don't know. That's incredibly naive of me. So, duh, of course. But we're there. It's not just speculation when you see it.
No, yeah, we are. And if this is the quote-unquote someones, the political somebodies underneath the political elect, and this is how they're talking on the left, then what about those who aren't political somebodies on the street?
Yep.
Like, come on now. The I'm not a group, Antifa.
Mm-hmm.
All right? I'm not a group. I'm an ideology. Listen, bud, if you congregate in more than two, you're a group, okay? Under the same ideology, and you have a name for it, and you got a flag and a symbol, more than one continent, you're a group. You're a group. There's no getting out of it, bud.
Do you have a flag?
Do you have a flag? Well, that's the rules. You must have a flag. He fell ill. He wants y'all to know Trump is a Democrat and run as a Republican.
Who?
This is Ed's brother. No.
Oh, Ed, I hope you're feeling better.
Dang. Oh, man, I don't like to hear that. Well, prayers for Ed, man. Hope you get better. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. We'll be praying for you. We keep you in our prayers. Bro fist.
Indeed.
Feel better, man. Blockcom. If the right responds, it'll be unsurprising. Not because they are into guns, but because many of them will see this as an enemy with insurrection linked to tyranny. John, my man, Brofist, thank you so much for smashing that like button. LOL, Eddie Izzard. Exactly.
Eddie
you got the
Izzard is
yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
I'm so happy you got the reference. That is hilarious.
You never know these days.
That is hilarious. All right, so we're lighting it up. I want to talk about my coming alien invasion.
Lighten it up, huh?
Yeah, well, that's what this is, man. This is a
This
sign.
is 2020.
All right,
Oh my gosh.
the monolith, the aliens came and they sucked it up out of the ground and they flew it over to Europe and they put it back in the ground. And then they're going to come back and they're going to make these orbs where they're going to collect fish and all the precious things. And then, yeah. Has no one else seen When the Earth Stood Still? The Day the Earth Stood Still with Keanu Reeves?
I never was able to muscle through it, but I know I was going to reference that. I'm glad you said that because I was going to make a fool of myself then.
You know, he's more than just John Wick.
He is. He's so versatile. He's a surfer. He's a...
Motorcycle designer.
He's an alien meter.
He's an alien person. Yeah.
He goes to hell sometimes.
Constantine, yeah. Is this
Also,
dying?
he defuses very dangerous buses.
Oh, yeah. Who can forget? Speed. Man.
One of the greats, huh?
Yeah. Other than Pretty Woman, I can't think of anything else Julia Roberts was in.
Oh, honey. It was Sandra Bullock.
Oh. Fish sticks matter.
He hasn't gone to sleep yet.
Oh, man. They could be magnetic charging stations for their space Prius. Oh, man. Yeah. Fish are precious? Yeah. No. The Day the Earth Stood Still was the reference I was making. There were these weird signs all over Earth before he showed up.
They're
and
very precious.
Started to collect things like animals and fish and these orbs. I don't know.
The next one. Where do you think the next one will be? Because obviously now it's a thing.
Smiles. The monolith in Utah disappeared. We covered that in the last show. And reappeared in Europe.
Do you think Elon Musk has anything to do with it?
Yeah. Yeah. He and Zuckerberg are one of the... Come on, you don't know about?
This is the children of the people responsible for crop
They're
circles.
meeting at the damn Denver airport. Look, okay, don't get... I'm just playing, guy. I'm playing.
It's Monday,
I've gotten
babe.
serious. I haven't had any sleep, okay? Because it's just, media overload in the world. Look, okay? The mystery monolith from Utah disappeared, and it reappeared. Yep, you reading it, in Europe, okay? If that is not breadcrumbs from the aliens, then I don't know what you're paying attention to.
Exactly.
Okay? They are making a story, and it's only for those who are paying attention. Okay?
Okay, so we got to map it out. If there's a third one, we got to map it out. I bet it's an upside down pentagram. Or not.
But the world is a...
Rock Bear Angel said, Dia is an secret society hotspot.
Beer? Beer is?
Dia.
DIA. Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Dia is day in Spanish.
Department of International Agriculture?
Oh no, I didn't mean to
I don't think that's what that stands for. I think I'm wrong. Let me trade vapes. This one's died. I'm getting all smoky up and close and chocolatey with the voice.
LOL.
Rock Bear Angel
on the mic.
said, Denver International Airport.
You don't have to lean. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, mostly joking about that, but, it's a thing. No, I don't think it's a replica. It's got its own weird little circles on it. You know, it looks kind of
like hammer marks almost.
No, it looks like angle grinder. It looks like it was angle grinded.
Hey, you know what else? Psychics do that. It's like autonomous writing. And anyway, when they go into like a translate state and whatever enters them, and they're doing this and stuff, and then they go and write whatever they got to write. Figures.
Here, we're gonna hop over to this. Listen in on what Rudy Giuliani's saying. I totally forgot.
This is having stolen an election from the people of Arizona. And they're going to say, well, if you cancel out the 769,000 votes, you're denying them the right to vote. No, you're not. You're reaffirming the right to vote of your other 4 million people who cast an honest ballot. We don't even know if these people exist. And I'm sure
with
some
you, Matt.
of them don't even exist.
I'm with you.
We're going to deprive living human beings of their franchise in order to preserve the franchise of people who maybe don't exist, maybe are illegal, maybe are felons, or maybe voted 10 times. There's no way to know. They completely flaunted the law and put us in a position where we have to conclude that these ballots are null and void. So I know it's really tough. Sometimes I know what you're facing because we face it every day.
Miss V, what's up?
We face horrible threats, ridiculous things said about us. I have now come to the conclusion that I'm proud that I'm called those names
You do,
by
Kelly.
people like that. It makes me very proud of myself, and I think my mother and father, who both are dead but taught me to be a patriotic American, are proud of me also. So I don't really give a damn what they say. But I know you're like that too. I know you're all like that too, or you wouldn't be here. But you got a lot of colleagues that are not. And they're not necessarily bad people. They're people who want to make a living. They're people who don't want their families harassed. They're people that want the opportunity to just, get by every day and do something good. You got to convince them that this thing that we have, liberty and freedom and the right to vote and freedom of religion and freedom of speech, it's under attack all the time. From the beginning of our republic until now, it's under attack. Sometimes foreign enemies, sometimes domestic enemies, sometimes a combination of both. And it's impossible to tell who gets called upon to make sacrifices. You think of all the young men and women we've lost overseas. They were called upon to make a sacrifice, and other young men and women weren't. Well, right now, you're being called upon to make a sacrifice. The members of this legislature. The Constitution of the United States put the finger on you. Our founding fathers put the finger on you. You're our salvation. Article 2, Section 1, Clause 2 of the Constitution puts the finger of responsibility in preserving our right to vote on the legislature of Arizona. Not your governor, thank goodness. Not your Secretary of State, even more thank goodness. But it puts it on you. And for those who are afraid, look, I've dealt with human beings that I had to convince to testify against the Sicilian Mafia. I had to get them to testify against the 5 families. Had to get them to testify against Joe Bonanno in Tucson, Arizona.
Yes, sir, you
where
did.
the nuns actually threw me out of the hospital because he built the hospital. And I've sat there with men crying, and worse than that, because they felt they were going to die doing it. But they found the courage to do it, and after they did it, they felt so much better about themselves. What I would say to my colleagues is, and I mean this in the generic sense, just be a man or a woman, not a sniveling coward. You'll feel so much better. You'll feel so much better about yourself. There's nothing that elevates you more than an act of courage. And there's nothing that demeans you more than an act of cowardice. See if you can convince them of that. We need it so badly. And I can't say enough about all of you, about your courage, Mark in particular, Sonny, and all of you. Leo, Nancy, I got to see all the rest there. Brett? Oh, you're covering your name. What are you? Come on, be like John Hancock. Be the first one to sign. Kelly, David, and Sylvia. You're also all very, very good questioners, very intelligent, and very, very properly motivated. And I'm counting on you to,
Michael, what's up?
Find me a whole bunch of others in the legislature just like you, or turn them into you. And would you just sum up on the law so they understand? Maybe can preach it to the others.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And it's very difficult to follow that, but I will also likewise encourage this legislature that the facts have been explained today. You have witnesses, you have the evidence, you had the claim, but now you have the proof. And with that, the law is on your side. The remedy is on your side, and it's in your hands. And so when you have attorneys, you have other fellow members, you have anyone else in the fake news media, whoever it is, telling you that you cannot act or that you should sit idly by and simply allow the certification to go through, that is absolutely false. And when our founding fathers, who themselves had an incredible act of moral courage that lasted for years, when they wrote the Declaration of Independence, they all unanimously signed it, pledging their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. Yeah. And that has been the pledge of every American who has understood that they provided the mandate in the Constitution to protect and preserve liberty and freedom and the greatest country on the face of the earth that we experience as the United States of America today. And the reason that they provided the mechanism in Article 2, Section 1.2 is to give you, the state legislatures here in Arizona, and we would call on Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, Michigan, and Nevada, and possibly others, to recognize that you are the sole guardian to combat a corrupted election. And there was a purpose and a design for that. Because when the founders understood the separation of powers, when they understood that the human heart is corrupt, and they understood that there would always be attacks upon our liberty and freedom, they wanted to make sure that the will of the people in the selection of our president, our chief magistrate, would be vested in a body that is separate from that corruption and could look honestly at what happened and be fact finders. You have been fact finders here today. And the mayor and I have both practiced criminal law, me a little bit less than he has, just a few years behind him. And we have a standard in criminal law called beyond reasonable doubt. And every jury that I've spoken to, as both a prosecutor and then a criminal defense attorney, we have the definition of reasonable doubt. And it's a doubt that's not vague, imaginary, or speculative, but a doubt that causes a reasonable person to hesitate to act in matters of importance concerning themselves. Why is your governor and your secretary of state not hesitating to act? There is more than a reasonable doubt here on the certification of this election.
Brofist.
There is so much evidence
James
that we've
Brofist. Good to see you, brother.
In court that you've only heard a fraction of it today. And you don't have to have a standard beyond a reasonable doubt in order to reclaim your Article 2, Section 1.2 authority. The Constitution does not provide a standard of law. It simply empowers you to act. And I would encourage and argue and charge you that this was given expressly to you for the sole purpose of making sure that the people that you represent here in the great state of Arizona are not disenfranchised by corruption.
Brofist.
The law is on your side, and also it's in accord with federal law. In the explanation and the packet that we gave to you earlier on the brief explanation of the law, it also is in accord with federal law. Section 2 of Title 8 provides that when any state has held an election for the purpose of choosing electors and has failed to make a choice on the day prescribed by law, The electors may be appointed on a subsequent day in such manner as the legislature of such state may direct. You have not had an election that was held in the manner that you prescribed through the General Assembly. Every person that has testified today, whether it's a fact witness or an expert witness, has given you a reasonable and rational basis to declare and find as a matter of fact that your law has been ignored and intentionally disregarded. You can make that finding, and you should make that finding, and you should, according to not only federal law, but the US Constitution, which is our supreme law of the land, and make that finding that you are reclaiming your delegates and that you will then certify them and choose them, appoint them in the manner that you as the state legislature designates. That is your authority. And don't let anyone tell you differently, because that is our United States Constitution that was specifically provided by our founders. This is not a political question. We don't, of course, we love our president. We are here on his behalf, but we are also here as American citizens. And I can tell you directly from my conversations with the president, and of course the mayor can as well, that he cares not just about this election, but about every future election. We have to preserve and protect election integrity, and it is up to the courage, as the mayor said, of every man and woman in the state legislatures
Thank you so much.
that
Good
see
to
this
see you.
corruption to act. You have the ability and the authority to act. It's just a matter of having courage. This is not a political question. It's a legal one, and it's an American one. Thank you.
A share. Thank you, Ashley. Profist. Thank you so much.
All right, members, if you would, let's start with our closing comments. Try to keep it to just a couple of minutes, and then when we get done, I'll set the expectation for what our work product will be going forward. Representative Cook, could you kick us off?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Numbers do not lie, and all the evidence that I've been wanting to hear, I have heard exactly what I expected to hear. When I say numbers don't lie, that's how we put people on the moon, is by math. And everything I've read about this election, not about party, not about whatever, it's about what has been done, what are the vote totals, what does the math tell us has gone on here. And that is what I have heard here today. Here where the anomalies are. This person would have to get 130% of the votes that are available, and this person would have to get minus 30% that was available to get the same intersections. Once again, this is how we put people on the moon. This is how we shoot rockets and all that stuff into space, is by math. Numbers do not lie. And so I will wrap up by saying this. Anyone outside this room today that
Corey
says
Weiss
there is no evidence
things are about to really
and that
happen
Mr.
the next
Giuliani
few weeks.
is on some dog and pony show of no evidence going around the country,
100%
they are sadly
agree.
mistaken, because I noticed they're not in this room getting their facts straight like the members up at this table, and getting questions to answers for the people of this state that are demanding it, while other people are hiding right down the road under their desk or wherever they're at and not answering their phones, right? I'm just appalled by some of the stuff that I've heard here today, and the inept action and the rudeness that some people have been elected to in the state as leaders of our own party and of the body. And I will leave it there before I say too much. Thank you very much.
Representative Townsend.
Say too much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I want to piggyback on that.
That's what I'm saying.
Regarding the leaders in this state that are blocking our efforts, that we've asked and we've been told no. We've talked about how we could be doing an audit if we had subpoena power. We need to have a committee in order to enact the subpoena power, and in order to get the committee, we need permission from leadership to do that, and we have yet to
James
receive
Bench
it. So
said,
I
Rudy did
take
great
issue
things. I used
with
to love watching
us
our
doing
Indiana
that.
boy David Letterman. He was
It's
always
the
on the show there
issue
in NY.
with us
Rudy
doing
was always
nothing.
about
we
the
have
people.
in the room
He is
that
good,
are
Peps.
raising their voice saying, we're tired of talking.
He is good peep.
We want you to
Good
do
peeps.
something.
Good peps.
And legally, we need
James,
action from our
brofist,
leaders.
man.
Now let me tell you what our original leaders said in the Declaration of Independence. Our original leaders said, but when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the
Love
same
the
object
highlights.
and vices are designed to reduce them under absolute despotism. Despotism. All power in a few people that's injurious to the rest. It is the right of the people, it is their duty to throw off such government, to throw off those leaders who are saying no. I don't mean throw off like off a building or something, but to replace them, right? It's our duty as legislators, it's our duty as citizens to replace them, because doing nothing is not an option. So if they won't do it, we need to replace them.
I'll need it.
Does it translate? Do you see the highlights?
Now, we've heard
Wow.
a lot of things today. We just briefly skimmed over the fact that we have depositions of
Wow.
people saying that there's ballots flown into this state and others. We haven't talked a lot about that because that's still under investigation. But I want a federal investigation on that. I don't want that just shoved under the rug.
How
Whether it's true or not true,
do
we
we
need to
come
investigate.
to a point
We've
where
heard that
both
there's
sides
information
can be?
warfare. Does that mean?
What are we going to do about the media? Because ever since they made it to where corporations could be essentially a person, they have rights and they have the First Amendment, and so
Right.
maybe we make a strike system where if you get caught actively persuading the public, if you get found out, hey, what's that there?
Look at the little jar. That's
Oh, yeah.
so neat. Sorry. That's
It's a
so
jar.
neat.
Yeah. Hey there. New super chat. That one good man. Dude, bro fist. If you take away the soapbox, we have the ballot box. When that gets taken away, we have nowhere to go but the ammo box.
Boom.
That's what it's there for. Man, we gotta like it. That's what it's there for. So, I don't know what's gonna make both parties happy at this point, because that's I mean, you know, the right is like screw the left and the left is like screw the right. But unfortunately, we all gotta live together in this little box. So we got to figure out what works for both and what works for both now. Valar Morgulis, what's up? What is up? Sometimes buildings are necessary. That's very true. It's very true.
Sometimes
We have
buildings are
none. It has
necessary. That's
completely
profound.
collapsed. And you have a choice to either love power, your power, or to love people. And I choose to love the people in this room, in this state, in this country, and around the world, frankly, who benefit from this country. And I'll close by saying, I had a buddy in the Navy years and years ago. I won't say what year, but I'll age myself. But his mother's had a stroke
love it.
in the last few days, and she's in hospice, expected to pass away. And here she is, if you can see her. I've never met her.
James
But I
Bench
remember her
said,
son, my buddy.
"The next actions from the
Saw her
left
on
will be
Facebook.
violence. I built
She's
in
a
my fallout
grandmother.
shelter with shipping containers.
How many of you
Get
have
them before they are all
grandchildren?
sold. www.wesellcontainers.com. Delivered anywhere in the US. Count 4,200. Said, he can't even fight his dog, lol.
Well, look, unfortunately, you guys know that I'm on the side that doesn't even believe he's in the damn hospital, right? Because they wouldn't even let us see him get out. So, you know, I think he's at home comfortable. I don't think he broke his foot. I think that's an act because they were just waiting for anything to decommission old Joe. you
Right.
know, to get Kamala in. I mean, if it's a broken ankle, if it's a sprained toe, or, you know, she's got to be president. I hurt my pinky.
Right.
So
That's a very good point.
I don't know. I don't believe any of this media bull crap, man. Just because
Meanwhile,
they put on a parade with a convoy of vehicles and tell you whoever's in it and you believe them. Don't believe them. I'm sorry, I don't believe you anymore.
right.
I'm sorry. All right? Video or it didn't happen. You know? I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a dude with a laptop.
Our state trusts the election process and know that the only legal votes that are counted are the legal ones and not the illegal ones. It's clear that a large number of voters in our state have legitimate concerns about the November 3rd election. Too many voters to count have reached out to me looking for answers, and I'm hopeful today's hearing has provided some of those answers. I also want to emphasize that looking into the election process is not a partisan issue. It's each and every elected official should want to know that our election system is sound.
Thinking face.
And we should never be afraid to take a thorough look to make sure it is.
Right.
We need to be willing to do everything possible to answer the questions and address the concerns being raised by voters. Casually dismissing them with just pat reassurances is, I believe, a huge mistake. We owe the voters more than that, and I believe today's hearing has shown there is plenty of reason to have considerable doubt, reasonable doubt. Frankly, I don't understand how anybody could certify this election. I also find it ironic, this happens periodically. Venezuela has been brought up many times in today's conversation. I've been with a Venezolana for 13 years, my wife, and her mother now lives here. I attended my wife's citizenship ceremony. Her mother got her green card, and she lives here now. And I can tell you firsthand from being involved in family members that are from Venezuela what that country is going through at this point. And I can assure you that our Constitution is under attack when it comes to this election. We have to do everything that we possibly can
Cab
to make
4200
sure
said,
that this election
I think he broke
done
his
right,
dominion. It's
that we
right
defend
next
the
to the
election process.
Smartmatic bone.
It's the foundation of our country, how we
Good one.
elect our leaders. It's so important. We have to do everything we possibly can, and I believe there is a path to do what we need to do. However, we have some hurdles, as my colleague just stated. We have to operate within the law. And in order for us to get the session that we need, for the very same reason that we're sitting in this room today, we have to get past those hurdles. We have to get those individuals that slow walked, that ignored the request to have this at the Capitol, to have this in a fashion that we would have subpoena power. We have to get past those hurdles. That's where we're going to need each and every person's help out there to make sure they understand that we have to be on the right side of this issue.
Where's the White
And
Claws
that's
at?
another major reason
I'm
why I'm here
hydrating
today.
real quick.
I refuse
but the
to
White
end
Claws
up
are coming,
being
brother.
on the wrong side of this issue.
It's almost
Thank
White
you
Claw
very much.
time.
Representative Bartow.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for arranging for the
Cab
hearing.
4200
Really
said,
appreciate
revote or
you
waste
doing
of
that.
time, in my
And
opinion.
I really want to express my gratitude for Mayor Giuliani.
Julie, what's up?
Your passion for our president is an example to us all for freedom. Thank you for heading up the fight. I want to also thank so many of the citizens of this state that knew that all of this was going on and have been so actively encouraging us to get to the bottom of the truth. to hear the evidence. And we've been hearing about it for ever since the election, that these things were happening. And this hearing exceeded expectations in laying it all out by witnesses, firsthand testimony, experts in their fields. Thank you, Colonel. And others who so wonderfully expressed what you've been experiencing and the trouble you've gone to, the hours and hours of expertise you put into.
All right, we got all kind of news we can get into here. Let's see. Someone sent this my way. I don't know. I thought I'd just give it to you guys. MSN says FCC chief who ended net neutrality says he'll quit January 20th. The internet made this dude a meme.
Cab 4200
What? Who?
said,
Why?
This
we
dude.
all have a duty to the Constitution if they won't fix this.
You talk about
James
the tree of liberty?
Bench said, the earlier statistician evidence was very damning. It was hard for most to understand. But trust me, the smoking gun is out. All the rest of this is just cream on top.
Sorry, guys. That was probably disgusting. Bad stream etiquette. What's that?
Unless you like ASMR. In which case you're welcome.
Is it possible?
Impossible.
No. Freedom or death, if you're even still here. Let's see. So he says he's going to quit January 20th. I wonder why.
You know, ironically, I think, not ironically, I think that Putin is stepping down the same day, if I'm not mistaken. And then I don't know exactly what day the Queen is stepping down. Does anybody?
Since
Cab
being
4200 said, 100%.
Yeah. Since being elevated to the chairmanship by President Donald Trump in 2017, Pai, a Republican, has led the commission in dismantling net neutrality regulations and pushed for fast wireless broadband service. Pai's term as a commissioner extends to July 2021, and he could have stayed on as a commissioner without the chairman's power to set the agency's agenda, but has opted not to. See, this tells me he thinks that, like, it's a bad time to be a Republican in a chairmanship.
Right. And
but
then
I think that he's going to jump ship, and then he's going to be screwed because Donald Trump is still going to get it, you know?
Well, and then what's the guy who, with the vaccine who's stepping down? Oh my gosh, why can't I think of it? You know who I'm talking about, don't you? The guy, he's
Fauci.
Yeah. No, not Fauci. The guy, we covered it a couple days ago. He's the one who got the, like, warp speed going. The head of warp speed.
That's right.
He's stepping down too.
The head of Operation Warp Speed
Mhm.
was like, all right, I'm out. You know why? Because he did the thing, and now he's gone. He ain't going to stick
Right,
around.
he's like,
He's not going to stick around for what he
Yep.
set up. That's what I think. I think that's a guilty dog. Guilty dog barks first.
Right.
You know?
Because even people who aren't anti-vax, they're like, you know, maybe not right away. You know, maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll not jump in the first of the line. But then you have other people
Man,
like
you should be highly questionable of anything any government is trying to put inside of you.
Then you got other people like this guy in India. There's actually an article on it if you want to look through. It's from MSN. This guy in India. Nope. Should be next, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so this guy in India claims he suffered serious illnesses after the jab, which includes, y'all, we were talking about this last night, neurological and psychological symptoms after taking the vaccine from AstraZeneca. I'm sorry I said that. And he's suing Serum, who is the people that administered it to him. There's some third-partiness going on there.
Super chat. Matt Zoo, Brofist.
But get this, he is seeking 50 million rupees, which is $676,000, and Serum is counter-suing. So not only did this guy have these adverse reactions, he's also liable to lose and likely to lose everything if this company sues him for because they're not.
They've been given enmity or immunity.
Mm-hmm. And right, exactly. And he's probably going to get some sort of extra charge just for creating hype around
We
it.
don't really know how bad this might hurt you if it does hurt you. But if it does, you can't do anything to the people that made it.
Well, I'm sure that
Okay.
there was all this covered in that fine print and the papers that you sign before you do things like that you don't even read. They're just like, here, sign these. And you're like, okay, you know, they don't even say anything at all about what they're about, which some of them are just HIPAA. But, you know, like before the vaccines and stuff, especially before a trial vaccine, I would be sure I read my piece, you know, read all my info.
Suffered from serious neurological and psychological symptoms.
But they didn't say exactly what.
New subscriber, that's awesome.
awesome.
Blader Dex, Brofist, dude. Awesome. Great. Awesome to have you, man. Freaking rad. Adrian, 96. Dude, Brofist. What? Dude. Brofist, guys. Yes, indeed. We got some coins going into the tip jar.
Oh, that is so awesome.
Nice.
Why is that so satisfying to me?
I don't know. But
Well,
Brofist,
okay, I mean, I
guys.
guess it would be,
Holy
but-
crap. MPA team. Brofist. Awesome. Thank you so much for subscribing. You guys rock.
Cab 4200 said, I saw that video with the tongue guy.
Yeah.
With the tongue guy,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something.
So, Newsom, I don't know if any of you guys out there are dealing with this guy, but says stay-at-home order likely if, what are we calling this now? Wuhan wiggle surge continues. So, with out of the mouth, he will dictate law. He will mandate. Not supposed to be possible here. But, yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. Okay. California Governor Gavin Newsom in a Monday
Cab
press conference.
4200 said, his tongue swelled up after the jab.
That's right.
But that's not a psychological effect.
It's close enough for the brain.
But no.
Newsom said in a Monday press conference the state is considering a new stay-at-home order in purple tier counties if cases continue to surge. So any like right-wing counties that don't wear masks are going to turn colors and get in trouble and see more restrictions? So they can target based on... Ooh. Wow. I don't know if you guys are putting that together. Maybe I'm seeing stuff. That's possible. The state is experiencing the highest rate of increase in Wuhan wiggle cases since the start of the pandemic, and in 1 to 2 weeks, new cases resulting from Thanksgiving gatherings are expected to pop up and accelerate the surge.
Boy.
The surge. I used to drink an energy drink. It was like a cola.
Surge.
Was it Surge? Yeah,
it was called Surge. Yeah.
Surge.
It was like mellow yellow, kind of. It was green can.
Get a can of Splode.
Yeah.
Cab 4200 said, 99% of Cali falls in the purple tier as of today.
That ain't good, is it?
90 what?
99% of Cali falls into the purple tier as of today.
Ugh.
Did I miss some people?
Ugh.
Brandon, dude, what's up? Got an Aussie friend in the house.
Talk about purple rain, huh? Just kidding. I've never seen that movie.
Oh, Jolt. I remember Jolt. Who remembers
Yeah, that was another one.
Vault?
Yep.
Or was it Volt? It was Vault.
Volt.
No, Volt.
Vault. Oh, no, it was Vault. You're right.
Ah, the good days.
Who cares? It was good. Anything yellow, you know? All the bad stuff. That was my favorite. Pixie sticks, the big giant ones. Ugh, the good old days.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. We'll see here.
Cab 4200.
Oh, an
said,
excuse to be...
I'm sorry, 99% of the population of Cali. Rock Bear Angel said, my favorite was Joster. Cab 4200 said, Jolt Cola.
Jolt.
Yeah. Big Peach Soda #1. I'm in a red county in California, and our ICU is 85% full. Oh boy, what is this gonna do? El Paso mayor says recent Wuhan wiggle spike due to fatigue. Many cases coming from shopping at large retailers. Bum, bum, bum. Be afraid of your stores.
Bum, bum,
Order
bum.
everything if you can. Don't leave your home.
Right.
Here. The mayor of Texas City. There's a Texas City?
Texas City. I hope it's in Texas. That would only be appropriate.
Hit hard. Oh no, I'm sorry guys. Forgive me. You know what? I've got no sleep.
Landon has not
I
slept
have
yet.
no business reading to you guys. This is just purely... Okay, let's do it.
Let's go for it. This is a terrible day.
Texas City, hit hard by a recent spike in coronavirus cases, says the blame can be pointed at Wuhan wiggle fatigue, and that many cases are coming from shopping at large retailers. Mayor D. Margo joined CBS Face the Nation on Sunday to discuss the spike and why his city is getting crushed. El Paso made headlines earlier this month after it hired mobile morgues. Mobile morgues.
Wow, that's a fun
Mobile
thought.
Mobile morgues.
But I mean, it's just like in the plague days, you know? They had to go around and bring out your dead.
Let me continue. And paid inmates to carry the bodies. That's slave labor, dude.
Okay, well,
All right, I'm gonna back up. Okay. To carry the bodies of those who died from the virus. See, you do this thing for us and risk your, catching stuff, and we'll take time off your sentence.
How much time?
What do you want? Permanent lung brain damage and potential
Right.
permanent heart
weigh
damage?
that out of him?
Or do you want to get out sooner? I don't know, man. It's up to you. I don't know. What was that one movie where it was like all apocalyptic and there was this like disease and everybody was afraid of each other and they like, how did it go? It was like...
Strain?
No, in the beginning, they're like a bunch of friends in a car. They're like college aged, and they come across this like suburban in the middle of the road. This dude's like sick, and he's got his daughter, and he's like desperate. And they're like giving a little bit of like foreshadowing on what happened before.
Right.
And he worked with like a cleanup crew in the Superdome, cleaning up dead bodies from the virus. And he said that he was making $400 an hour to clean up the infected dead bodies. Off of get them out of the
Rock
stadium.
Bear Angel said, that called 2020 the movie, LOL.
It's called
Corey
2020 the movie,
Weiss
okay.
said,
What?
I'll check back later. Gumbo is ready for dinner.
All right, man, you enjoy your gumbo. Brandon said, World War Z? No, it wasn't World War Z. Rock Bear says, that's called 2020 the movie, LOL.
Corey Weiss said, at Unspecified podcast and review you gonna be in the Discord later.
Yes, Corey, most likely. Let's see here. I think the consensus is people just had Wuhan wiggle fatigue, and they let down, as Dr. Deborah Bricks said, you got to wear the mask and you've got to maintain the distancing. Yes, you must separate from your loved ones, continue to be isolated, continue to cover your face, even though, I'm just saying, man, look, there's some hard truths, like China recovering without a jab.
Without anything.
And then there's things like, look, if you can smell a fart, the mask doesn't work. There's like very sensible, basic truths that crush all of this BS.
Why do people, like, I've used that argument in an actual argument before, and people are like, no, that may be true of it, but it works for this. And I'm like, how do you seriously, do you hear yourself? But they sure do, and they sure don't care. I don't know. How do you ignore some of these?
All right. Let's see. Let's move on from this. This is from the American Thinker. Okay. What's Biden hiding? Biden team won't let fawning media off bus to cover his dog broke my foot story. See?
How'd the dog break his foot?
Exactly.
Rock
He broke
their angel
multiple bones in his
said,
foot.
Hard truth, if you are so fearful of dying that you do not live. You played yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cab
Chris.
4200 said, let all the criminals out and make everyone wear a mask thinking face.
Well, that sounds like the purge.
Well, I mean, that's what they're doing. You know?
Yeah, okay, fine.
That's, I mean, yeah, Cab, you nailed it, dude. I mean...
Yeah, no, you're right, you're right.
Defund the police. Let all the criminals out. Everybody puts on a mask. Whoa. Quite the environment you've created there if you think about it. Give me just a second, guys. Chris, Brofist, thank you so much for that like, brother. I really appreciate it. Understanding the head-spinning series of court orders in Georgia. If you're wondering what happened in Georgia on Sunday, you're not alone. A federal district court issued 3 different orders about county officials' plans to wipe Dominion voting machines. Thankfully, the last order gets it right and stops Georgia officials from erasing information on voting machines at the heart of the debate about election fraud. Word went out that Georgia officials were wiping Dominion voting machines in Fulton County, ostensibly to prepare them for the runoff election, which is more than a month away. Can't say any of that. Right. Lawsuit seeking to stop Georgia from certifying the election. The plaintiffs filed an emergency request for injunctive relief to stop the deletions. Judge Timothy C. Batten Sr. issued an order stopping Union County officials from wiping voting machines. In addition, plaintiffs contend that the Union County officials have advised that they are going to wipe or reset the voting machines of all data and bring the count back to 0 on Monday, November 30th. To the extent plaintiffs seek a temporary restraining order to preserve the voting machines of the state of Georgia and to prevent... So Georgia's up to no damn good, damn it.
For real.
All right, Georgia's up to no good.
And they're not even, like, what?
Their motion is granted. Defendants are ordered to maintain the status quo and are temporarily enjoined from wiping or resetting any voting machines in the state of Georgia until further order of the court.
Wow.
And it says this was an inappropriate order. The point of injunctive relief is to stop irreversible actions that could negatively affect material issues in a lawsuit. An hour later, Judge Batten reversed his order because plaintiffs had not named the county officials who controlled the voting machines. Whoa, this is so much boring court BS, and that's
Right,
what
and
it
that's
always
what they
boils
want.
down to, because nobody's going to pay attention to this.
Exactly.
Okay?
Who wants to sit here and just, read through all of the jargon?
Only a very select few. Okay? Linwood, upon learning of the order, asked the appropriate question, why are GA officials determined to wipe these machines clean by resetting them? At this point, Linwood's counsel, in a different matter, filed a spoliation letter. Discussed that doctrine here. I'm not gonna. Okay. Briefly, the spoliation doctrine holds that when a party to litigation, a person or entity who knows the litigation is possible and imminent, or a person constrained by law destroys documents, new subscriber, Raja Bazar Boys, Brofist, thank you so much for subscribing. That rocks, dude. That's awesome, man. Let's see. Alright, well, you know what? If you guys want this article, let me know. I'll drop it in the chat.
No.
It sounds like a bunch of just BS. Right wing, left wing, going at each other's throats.
Yep.
Being nasty, being dirty to each other, and those who are just trying to live a normal life are caught in the middle, or are persecuted by one group or the other.
Yep.
Either the left calls me all these names and supremacist, and I'm just the worst, and then if I don't care enough, then the right is
right just as
you're not
much.
patriotic, you're not a patriot, and they strip your patriot card from. It's just, I don't know, man. Goodness gracious. At the end of the day, it's in God's hands.
Yep.
And that's that's the truth of it. Trump says FBI Department of Justice could be involved in rigged election. Boston Herald. There has been no evidence of widespread voter fraud. Really?
Interesting.
That is interesting. That's okay. Wow.
Perspective,
Yeah, it's a thing. President Trump on Sunday said his administration's Department of Justice and the FBI could be involved in alleged widespread voter fraud conspiracy plot in the 2020 presidential election. There has been no evidence of widespread voter fraud, but Trump on Sunday, in his first TV interview since the election, continued to say that the election was rigged. Funny. I love how they play stupid. This is just the Boston Herald. You're hilarious. Right. This is hilarious. That's hilarious.
And then if they pull it off, they will feel so validated because then they made him, well, shoot, made him kind of eat his words. It's a humiliation type thing,
They're rigging it up for us to fail. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They just need, problem, reaction, solution in every direction.
Yep, absolutely.
PA Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman says Trump campaign will get clock cleaned if it appeals ruling to U.S. Supreme Court. Huh, really? Pennsylvania Lieutenant Gov. John Fetterman, I just read this, claimed Saturday that no matter what President Donald Trump's campaign does legally, it will not change the election's outcome. When asked during an interview on CNN if he felt worried about the Trump campaign, saying they will appeal a lawsuit dismissed by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court to the U.S. Supreme Court, Fetterman said, "I hope they do."
Wow.
I hope they do, and they're gonna get their clock cleaned. Look at that. Look.
Wow. Remember when presidents used to hold themselves to and I know that this isn't the president talking, but just everybody around now, there's no standard, I don't know, media, I guess, well, in a way that does go back to Trump. No, because Reagan was also, I'm sorry, there's a whole internal conversation going on in my head. Reagan was also an actor, and Reagan was a good president. However, to my knowledge, being, if I had been alive, I may have had different opinions. Having said that, when you let an actor become president, it does put a stain of truth onto it, where it's just kind of, hey, it could all be an act. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it, I suppose it goes to, I was going to say that, wow, so, Hollywood has gotten into the White House, but of course, because President Trump had his own, series,
Smart, Kevin. Smart. Potentially, I don't know if it's necessarily war. I don't know what label you're going to put on it, for sure.
Yeah.
Craziness and babe, this is just what you're doing here is just freaking blowing me away. That's, I mean, golly, you're just killing it. That's insane.
Thank you.
Volume up, please. Sorry, guys. I scooted them. Oof. Sorry. R.I.P. headphone users. Sorry, guys. All right. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I moved the mic closer. Let's see what we got here. You know, David, you think that, but dang it, you would be surprised how much military and law enforcement is Democrat. You would be. I mean,
disappointing.
I thought that statement is untrue. That if they were military or law enforcement, easy right wing. Nope, no, actually, very non-political. I just have a job to do. You know what I mean?
Well, for some, yeah, because you have a lot of people that like they.
I mean,
they
if they're a
didn't
civil servant, they're not allowed to
choose.
support a political candidate.
Right. Well, yeah, absolutely. But I'm just saying, like, as far as whether or not they're Republican or Democrat.
That says enough. It's pretty much like the state says, look, if you openly support anyone, you could lose your job. Yeah. They're telling you don't support anyone.
Yeah.
Not openly, at least. You know.
Wow.
You know, I don't know. It just worries me. Thanks, Miss V. I appreciate that. You're fired. We'll go down in infamy.
Yeah, for real.
Charm says she dropped an interesting link in the Discord. That sounds interesting.
That sounds interesting. Thank you. I need to get the names, but we actually had several people send us links today. That was so awesome, y'all. Thank you so much to each and every one of you.
Thank you so much, guys, for all your help with
And
the links.
I'll get the actual names to shout you out, because
Barofist. Thank you so much,
the
guys.
least we can
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Had a little bit of a brain fart there. All right. Check this out. I thought this was interesting. Tequila bar applies to become church to skirt Wuhan wiggle lockdown rules. So what if the state needs you to prove your worship? Are you going to have to, like, perform a ceremonial
drink
worshiping of something in the church, or I mean, what do you worship, alcohol? Or
I don't know.
I don't know. This is weird and could lead to other weird things.
Yeah.
If you want to partake in a certain thing or place, you must act as if you worship it, and then you are allowed to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just got these weird connotations involved with it.
And then, like, you know,
if you like the thing so much to say you openly worship it, then yes, you may do it with a mask on.
I blame Pee Wee Herman. You know, if you love it so much, you should marry it. Didn't have to go that far, Pee Wee. I just like tuna, okay? Just kidding. I'm very tired, y'all. That was outside of my character. This is so fun.
A church also pretended to be a strip club.
Aww.
And in other news... Goodness gracious. Well, I thought that was interesting. Certainly odd. Very weird.
Unfortunate, but interesting.
Very weird.
Cab 4200 said, a church in California, I think, turned itself into a strip club so it could stay open.
Signs of the times, folks. You tell me. I mean, I don't know. If we were looking for signs, I don't know. Nike, Coca-Cola, others reportedly lobbying against Uyghur Chinese labor bill. Yeah, okay. You guys look into this at all? Dude. The bill, called the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, would forbid the import of a variety of materials from the Xinjiang region of China in an effort to crack down on human rights abuses, the New York Times reported on Sunday.
Cab 4200 said, signs, everywhere the signs.
Yeah. It passed the House in September by a 406-3 vote. Those poor three bastards. And has enough support to pass the Senate.
Cab 4200 said, I'll marry pizza, I love it.
Xinjiang produces materials like cotton, sugar, coal, and tomatoes, and also supplies workers for Chinese clothing factories. Yeah. Lobbyists trying to weaken the bill say they condemn the use of forced labor and the acts of cruelty on groups like Uyghurs in Xinjiang. I'm sorry, guys. But I'm sorry. Blip, blip, blip. But the legislation could seriously disrupt supply chains in China. The Congressional Executive Commission on China released a report in March that listed a number of companies with suspected ties to forced labor, including Nike, Coca-Cola, Adidas, Calvin Klein, Campbell Soup Company, Costco, H&M, Patagonia, and Tommy Hilfiger.
Well, that one
So
doesn't
all the
surprise me,
popular
but-
things force people to make it?
What? Yeah, I saw one where they're like, we live in a time. Oh yeah. It was
all of these words are every single thing in that list is just I care not. I don't like any of their products, and I think you got what was coming. Jack, there's a cost. You know what I mean? There's always a cost. You know, these are like the top of their industry,
Right.
In their and how do you think they got there?
some of the top of their industry.
You got to
right?
make a profit somehow.
Right. Exactly.
Well, you find somewhere where you can pay a dude to force people to make a thing, you know?
Right. It's cheaper.
Cuts costs, and they don't push that savings over to you.
No,
Okay?
no, they're like
They charge you 3 times more, and they pay 3 times less. It's a win-win for the
4,200
corporate greed.
said, how about China buying all the pigs from the USA and check out the Rona pig version they have?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. They have a new super flu coming from pigs in China.
Of course. Like a new swine flu. Cool.
I see. Let's see. Kevin says, I like Costco, but don't have a membership. See, I'm a Sam's guy. I've never been inside a Costco.
I have, but
I've never been inside of a Costco. I have no need to go inside of a Costco because I have a Sam's.
Sam's, right.
Let's see. Rockstar says it's Uyghurs. Thank you. I did not know how to pronounce that. Clearly.
Names, man.
The Uyghur genocide. I hope I'm not. Okay, you know what? I don't feel comfortable talking about this anymore.
I do the same thing so many times. I'm like, you know what? You guys are just gonna have to bear with me.
Look. It's magic. Look how beautiful the White House. Look. Oh, I didn't even think.
What? Oh.
Luckily, I stopped that. If you want to see more, it's out there somewhere. Melania
Go
Trump's
find
Twitter. That's probably super copyrighted. I stopped it, though. That was not mine. You know, that was the White House's, clearly.
LOL.
Trump presses hapless Georgia governor to overrule Secretary of State on signature matching. So, guys, you know, let's see, what did the president say? Why won't Governor Brian Kemp, the hapless governor of Georgia, use his emergency powers, which can be easily done to overrule his obstinate secure... So, Kyle, you know what? I'm tired. I'm
Man,
tired.
those people...
And the reading is just...
Do you want me to read? I'm
no.
sorry, babe.
Emergency powers which can be easily done to overrule his obstinate Secretary of State and do a match of signatures on envelopes. It will be a gold mine of fraud, and we will easily win the state. This claim about election fraud is disputed. Look at that. Ugh.
Fake news, they say. This has been fact-checked.
And actually, we found out after we checked the facts, Trump's still your president.
Thank goodness
And
we
he
did. We
might
got that, or we might have.
Continue to be, you know. Hey, that's awesome. Cindy, thank you so much for that. Like, bro fist.
Cab
Sister fist.
4200 said, "Drunken style is the best kung fu style, just saying."
I appreciate that, my man. I really do.
Drunken style, as you said?
Drunken style.
Yeah, that's awesome. You guys are so awesome. I'm sorry. I know we're not always at 100%, but we really appreciate y'all being here. Okay, do you like it?
I love it.
His shoulder's messed up, eh?
Gateway Pundit. Fox News is swirling down the toilet. Yes, it is. It is. Man, like you wouldn't believe.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, aren't they all Fox, CNN? It's
CNN has more support than you think, and funding.
right. And I'm not saying that I hate. I'm just saying that, like, if you think that one is a liar and the other one tells only the truth, well,
Let's just read this.
Okay.
In order to grasp the magnitude of Fox News' betrayal of its controversial base, of its conservative base, I decided to look back at their ratings in August of 2020 and compare the results with its current viewership as of November 23rd, 2020. The numbers are devastating and telling. Fox has lost 50% of its audience. You Trump loyalists are making them pay where it hurts the pocketbook. Let me break it down, okay? Neil Cavuto, golly, people's names just suck.
I know.
2.192 million viewers in August. By November, he was attracting only 1.3. Whoa. Okay. The Five also suffered a big loss, going from 3.772 million in August to 2.883 million in November, minus 889,000 viewers. Brett Baer suffered a significant decline of 1,139,000 to well, no. He suffered a loss of 1,139,000, going from 3.256 million to 2.177 million. Needless to say,
Pax Heavy said, "Fist bro."
Fist
What's
bro.
up, Pax?
Pax Heavy. Good to see you, brother. Tucker Carlson, he also took a big hit, 5.719 compared to 3.44. That's a big hit,
That's
man.
kind of surprising, actually.
Yeah, that's a big hit. That's over 2.25
Yeah.
drop. And we're talking about millions
Right.
of people, folks, and they jumped ship. Same thing with Facebook.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Oh, yeah. I would love to see Facebook's numbers.
The only people that watch us on Facebook now are those who are conservatives or free thinkers who aren't easily offended and, still have Facebook accounts for family and whatnot.
Yeah.
Over on Facebook. Hey, guys, I see you over there spamming those reactions. Brofist, thank you so much for all those likes. Much love to the Facebook audience. We got a really loyal crew.
Indeed.
Super loyal crew. You guys are the best. Thank you so much, Zoe. That is very much appreciated.
So I don't know. Is anybody, like, are people now more than ever thinking, yes, Trump's got it in the bag? Or are people starting to, like, what are you guys, how are you feeling? What's your Monday update?
Where are you guys at this Monday? Tell us what you think. Tell us what you think, man. Adeline, thank you so much. Clint, thank you for the like, man. I really appreciate that, brother. Let's see here. Kevin says, I think it's over for Trump.
It does. It starts to feel that way, but I don't want to give up. But it does. If I'm being honest, it starts to feel that way. But I'm not.
Brandon says, all I can really say is it's not over till it's over.
Right.
Lone Ranger says, I see a very Trumpy Christmas. Rockstar says, I don't think anything will be done. It never is.
Yeah, fair.
Unfortunately.
You're right. This is probably going to muddle on just like his damn...
I'm with Miss V.
What?
She says, I still have hope. I still have hope, too.
Good.
Yeah, no, I've got my
glad
mind made
because
up.
That gives me hope,
I've got my mind made up. I'm fairly positive I know what's going to happen. And it won't take me like a thief in the night if it goes the other way.
Yep.
Cab 4200, said, left will destroy America's city if they declare Trump the winner.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, there was bad weather on the horizon. We've seen it coming for months. What did you expect? You know?
Yeah. Bad weather on the horizon. What's that song? There's a song about that. How's that go?
Smoke on the water?
Yeah, I think so. Right.
No, Bad Moon Rising.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. You might go check on them?
Yeah.
Grab me a claw.
Okay.
Black cherry.
Well, I think that was in here.
There's one to the left right here. That's Fox on purpose. System broken. Been broken. They'll cover it up just like everything else in politics. I think it's just...
Cab 4200, said, and corn pop will come for us all.
Yeah. So, Fox on purpose, you think it's,
Cab 4200, said, he's a bad dude.
Where did you say my love? I'm so
It's all just political theater, huh?
Where did you say that was my love?
Yeah, Miss V. Just right there, in there, to the left. Disco Inferno. Yeah. Fire. No. Yep. There was, I feel like a really cold one in there, but I guess this is it. Is the one to the right colder?
That's very...
No, it's okay.
This one's cold. I think.
Yeah, it is. Yes. All right. First claw of the evening. Cheers to you guys. Cheers to the members. You know, wish only peace and blessings on you guys, regardless of your placement on the political spectrum.
Right, your political views. Fellow
White Claw or
human being.
Truly? All right, let's vote.
Rob their angel, said, cheers.
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 Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's a White Claw. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's a Truly.
LOL.
This is only for those who are pretty frequent
Right.
around here. Kevin says Truly. Goblin says, I will not take any shots, even if I can't get a job or everyone hates me. I will not comply. That's the attitude we should all have, man. You should be highly skeptical of anything the government wants to put inside your body.
Absolutely.
You know, just in case. Technology is a crazy thing these days. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Cheers, Brandon. Cheers, man. Ashley says
Tax
1.
heavy, said, 2.
Lord Ranger says 1. Zoe says believe. That's right. David says 2. So we got a White Claw. We got a White Claw. We got a believe. We got a Truly. Only one Truly. White Claw, Truly, White Claw, White Claw, White Claw, and Truly. Truly.
They're like, I'm predicting
White
you're
Claw,
going to have
White
another.
Claw. Yeah, it's very possible. I have, you know.
Yeah, I know. My babe. He hasn't gone to sleep. We've said.
All right, you guys ready for the reveal? First, let's move on to another article.
What review? Oh.
Man, it's kind of blowing me away a little bit. Arizona's calling it. What's the legitimacy of this? Okay, is this just another news projection by the New York Post?
No, it says that it was like legitimately 10,000 in
Cheers.
Biden's favor.
Damn, Lone Ranger, you know me. Come on, guys, Landon ain't drinking White Claw. Oh man, am I gonna be in trouble if I am? I know. I wish I was better than that. They're clean. They're like light and they're good. I like them. Crisp, flavorful. Oh wow, Edward nailed it. Dang.
What?
By only 10K votes, fraud. Don't go around tonight. It's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the right. Yeah.
I hope it's stuck in someone's head.
Salty Berserker. What's up, man? Bro fist to you. We're just drones to them. No, we're just cattle to them. You know. I acknowledge. Salud. Cheers. Are we all just singing Bad Moon on the Rise now?
That sounds like
I'm down. We can do a
excellent
karaoke night
evening.
around here.
Is anything happening?
Dude, we will do a karaoke live stream if that's what it comes
No,
to.
indeed.
Yes, indeed, man. Yeah. I better not say that too much. Everyone's going to be like, karaoke. Karaoke. You said it. Do it.
Well, I was going to say, because here's the thing.
You said it. You said it on the internet. You got to do it. Tiff got it stuck in my head. Now I infect you all. Nice, Iron. Well, forgive me, my man.
What?
I don't know. Some people get a bit loopy with no sleep. I pushed through, trying to right the ship. Oh, that's hilarious.
I think we've pretty much covered most of the... Is there any streams going on?
Yeah, they got this one. I keep it set up above the 5 because those seem to be important to me. I don't know why. We can check the 6. Knock it all the way down to 0. Look at that. Look at all those earthquakes.
I know.
Yeah, no, we're down to it. Let's see. Let's pull up some live streams, if you will.
Pax Heavy
no,
said,
actually.
Everyone better learn Chinese.
I don't know. Let me not. Let me not.
Broadcasting Network, RSBN. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram across all social media platforms at RSB Network. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. It's totally free.
Jay says, "Sing
all
Freebird,
of these
man."
subscriptions and these follows we're asking you to do. This really does help us fight conservative censorship that big tech puts on all of our channels. So we experience it daily, but you following us, your comments, your activity really helps us to beat those algorithms.
Cab
And finally, we're
4200
almost entirely viewer
said,
funded, so we do rely
"Yes,
on your
free
donations and your
bird."
support to stay in business. A number of ways, like Blake mentioned earlier. You can click the $sign in the bottom right-hand corner of the YouTube Super Chat. You can go to our website to
LOL, I
donate. That's
acknowledge.
www.rsbnetwork.com/donate.
Said he was at work
The
and a
third way
coworker
is by
started to
sending
drink a
check,
White
so you
Claw
can send
and
a
claimed it was
check
an
to
energy drink.
1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box
Maybe
344,
they
Auburn,
didn't know.
Alabama 36830.
Everyone in China better learn English.
Again,
That's
my
what I'm
name
talking
is Liz
about.
Willis. I am on Twitter at LizWillis_, and I'm on Instagram at Liz Willis. That's LizWillis. I am going to hand it over to Blake to give his social media platforms as well. But for me, good night, and I will see you very soon.
Well, my name is Blake Marnell, and you can find me on Twitter at brick_suit. It's been a nice change to be out of the brick suit for once. Maybe it will be happening more in the future. At Instagram, just brick suit. So wrapping up here from the Hyatt Regency Ballroom in Phoenix, Arizona, at the conclusion of a lengthy but extremely informative and scarily so
Brown chicken,
election
brown
integrity
cow.
hearing. We'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, America.
We're not just any news network. We show the crowd. We show the energy. We show the enthusiasm. We interview people.
They
we show
do
the
all that.
smiles on everyone's faces as they fill into one of these venues.
That's what they do. All right, guys. Well, I guess that
Cab
might be all we have.
4200 said, "Sign Baby Shark so everyone gets mad."
Baby shark doo 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 doo. Baby shark doo 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 doo. Baby shark doo doo doo
Is he
doo
too
doo.
little?
Baby shark. No.
I put so much detail into
So
him.
long as you.
And then I made him too small.
No, I don't think so. And I'm pretty sure that he is a vector now, and you can make him bigger on his own.
Oh, that'd be cool. How do I do that?
Oh, I think each one is a thing that you can undo, which makes them individual items that you can move around. Pretty sure.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so awesome.
You can. China and Russia teamed up. Wolverines, boys and gals. Wolverines. Any Antifa getting beat up? Albert, that's mean, man. That's mean. Pitolo says, Narwhal. Yeah, it looks like Canada sold out to China. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Someone else may be using China as a smokescreen. It's good to keep that up in the old noggin. You know?
Yes.
Might be a proxy bad guy. Blame it all on them. They'll believe it. They've been programmed to believe it. China's always kind of been a necessary evil. So we could have cheap things. Or things cheap.
Right.
One way or the other.
Or both.
Another monolith has appeared in Romania.
What?
I don't know.
Okay, this is starting to feel like Signs.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Is it, Signs would be a good movie to watch tonight.
Oh, yeah, great. Can't wait. Actually, yeah, that sounds great.
That sounds good to me.
So smart.
Is it this one? We covered it earlier. I don't know if this was necessarily in... Oh, yep, it is. Spotted on a Romanian hillside. Looky there. Right there. Says it. If you just read the article sometimes, it tells you all about what they want,
It's like I said that.
I'm not a reader. I read for you folks, but other than that, I don't really like it. Let's see here.
I wish I could show y'all the art I'm working on.
Needful things at discount prices. Yeah. I blame it on the offices and corporate structure here. If we didn't have all these damn corporations and these corporate entities, they wouldn't have needed all them damn Chinese pencils and desk it's all the offices. Seriously. It's y'all's fault. Y'all had to go get everything made in China. Look underneath anything in an office. It's all made in China. I'm messing around. If you go to Black Rifle Coffee Company, it's not all made in China.
You're so wrong.
Oh,
Cab
they sure do.
4200 said, China makes cheap 7.62 just saying lol.
That's very true. China makes very cheap steel ammo, and it'll work. And how's the saying go?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it can't handle steel, it doesn't deserve brass. Good words. Good words. Only the 2A advocates out there are going to understand.
Women have a saying like that. It's like, if he can't handle you at your worst, he doesn't deserve you at your best. I feel like that's a equivalent, just different.
Firearm equivalent.
Same, but different.
But look at that backdrop, though.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Gorgeous. Look at those mountains. Is this fake?
No.
Is that a green screen?
Do you know that mountains exist?
Yeah, but what if you just build a floor to put the metal thing in and you put a green screen up behind the floor and then you can just say it's wherever?
Oh, but that would be silly. Who would do such a thing?
I don't know. It's just how my mind works. I'm always looking for, like, I don't know, man. That could
How
be fake.
often do people go to a site and then claim it's a completely different site? And no, I'm just kidding. I was going to go somewhere with it, but then I thought better.
JC says, I hate stealing my 223 guns. I'm not saying I like steel. There are just some out there that say if it can't handle steel, it doesn't deserve brass. I think I tend to agree with it. Yeah, same here, Pitolo. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But, I know that we appreciate you. And, I hope you guys are having a good Monday. I was bummed out that the Utah monolith disappeared. Well, it reappeared. That's the news.
No need to fear.
That's the news. Get ready to follow it, because when I see it, I'm following it.
Or
because I think
maybe
it's going to
Silver
lead to the
Surfer's
aliens.
coming.
It's going to lead to the aliens. At the end of this little rabbit hunt they have us going on, Utah, Romania, where next, I don't know. But at the end of it, there's going to be a ship.
Right.
And
No,
they're
I
gonna
agree.
play music, and
Under the ice in Antarctica.
the music's gonna be like da-na-na-na-na-na, and you got to play the same thing, and then they'll open up their ship.
Oh yeah.
You ever seen
This is important.
Close Encounters of a Third Kind?
Not the whole thing.
Is that not the right? I don't know if that's the right movie. Anyway, guys, I am gonna go ahead and probably wrap this stream up.
Cab 4200 said, I like my ammo dirty, lol.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. All right, guys. Well, I think that's just about all for tonight. Let us know in the comments if there's anything you want us to cover, or if you guys see anything.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Feel free to shoot us articles, links, info, spooky stories, stuff you want us to look into for spooky shits for Tiff's show. Here we go. I'm going to drop that link. That's our Instagram. Follow us over there. Send us a DM if you've got any intel or anything you'd like us to know. Let's see. What else? You got anything?
Nope, that's about it.
Hey,
Keep an
guys.
eye for new merch.
I'm praying for peace and safety for you guys out there. Keep your heads cool, calm, and collected. Everything's going to be just fine. God's got this under control. That's the main point here. And there's really just no need to worry because it's all really handled. And there's no need wasting time on something that, you know, you don't want to spend a whole bunch of worry and stress on something you can't change anyway. So we need to be figuring out worst case scenario. You know, what's going to be the compromise? Because unfortunately, you can't get rid of either side. And, you know, that'd be wrong.
Thanks for the reminder. That's wrong.
and yeah, we're going to have to, you know, we all got to live in this box together. So we're going to have to figure out how to do it cordially and get along, you know.
Absolutely.
And maybe an ass whooping has been put off for too long. I'm not saying anyone should have one. I'm not calling anyone to violence.
Well, I'm saying that there was a meme that I fully agree with where it was something along the lines. I think Mike Tyson said it, and it was something along the lines of, "Y'all got too comfortable being able to say whatever you want and not getting punched in the face for it."
That's it.
And yeah, like I do believe in freedom of speech, but I also believe in consequences. So. You know, if you don't, if you say something that's stupid, you're liable to get punched.
Yeah, better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Jinx, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You owe me a White Claw.
I jinxed you.
And I turned it. Oh, how the turntables have turned. All right, guys. Much love. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Click that subscribe button. It's a low energy stream.
We'll be
I
more
apologize.
rested tomorrow.
I'll be more rested tomorrow. I promise. More energetic, and we'll kick it off with a chatty do. We'll have a couple of drinks together, hang out, talk it over, look at some articles, see what's going on out there in the crazy world. Until then, I look forward to hanging out with you guys. Are we gonna have a spooky shit tomorrow?
No, Thursday or Friday.
All right. Well, more protests and more tomorrow. Look for us, let's see, around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can find our notifications in the Discord. Chad, if you're out there, Chad, JC, one of those guys might have a link to the Discord you can share out. Bro fist in the face. Yeah. All right, guys. Much love. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for us. And until next time, stay safe. Much love. We'll see you on the next one, guys.
Be safe. Bye. That was weird. I said bye weird. Bye.
you.